Okay guys, so today we are going to watch some medical stand-up comedies. I hope it'll be funny. Let's go!
Asian parents wanting their kids to be doctors.
This is Ron Chieng, good comedian.
It's weird because it's true, right? I know because my parents were the same way. They just wanted us to be doctors. It's like this obsession. They just wanted us to be doctors. And it's insidious because when Asian parents want their kids to be doctors, helping people is like on the bottom of the list of reasons.
Asian parents always look at doctors, lawyers, all these jobs because they offer job security. You shouldn't do medicine or you shouldn't be a doctor or a lawyer just for the money. That's not a very good reason.
Oh, if it even makes the list of reasons to go into medicine, helping people is like the unfortunate byproduct of becoming a healthcare professional. When they first see that, they can't even believe it. They're like, what the fuck, you gotta help people? Or whatever, get it out of the way. But don't let it get in the way of what this is really about. It's about the money and the prestige. It's also weird because Asian parents are also the last group of people you can ever convince to see a doctor.
Generally, Asians try to do some form of self-medication to a certain degree. Yeah, but we seldom see the doctors unless we're already dying like, to a certain extent.
They spend their whole lives obsessing over it. Nothing can make my mom see a doctor. There's nothing. My mom could have an arrow going right through her. And she's trying to pull it out like Rambo, right? And you're like, yo, mom, let's go see a doctor. And my mom will be like, no. They just want to take people's money. And you're like, then why do you want your kids to be doctors so badly? Because I want my kids to take other people's money.
I knew it.
Contact lenses, I'm short-sighted. Some people are long-sighted, which is that, well, short-sighted means you struggle to see in the distance. That, I think, is better. That's my one. Long-sighted people,
Ophthalmology joke.
they can see fine, actually quite well in the distance, but they can't see in their face. They need glasses to read. So right in front of their face, that must be very frustrating, because they can see fine over there. How do they live their lives? Do people come up to them like, I don't know you, get out of my face?
That's why we get glasses for people, so they can compensate for their vision.
Recently, I decided I was going to try and get a Xanax prescription. I don't know if anyone here has ever tried Xanax.
Xanax is a benzodiazepine. Basically helps to treat certain psychiatric problems. It also helps to treat anxiety, but it can be very addictive, so caution.
Very muted claps for Xanax. You don't really get woos, it's more like, yeah. I didn't know how to get a Xanax prescription, though. Drugs like that are tricky sometimes. But I talked to a friend of mine, and he said, hey, I did this. He said that he had a regular doctor's appointment, and at the end of it, he said to his doctor, hey, doctor, sometimes I get nervous on airplanes. And the doctor just wrote him a Xanax prescription. And I was like, yeah, that's the type of lowbrow I'm looking for.
That sounds extremely dodgy.
I'll take your advice, friend I've never listened to before. So I checked off frequent urination, and I sat down in the waiting area, and I waited for 3 hours. I finally go back to the observation room. The doctor comes in the room, and the doctor looks at my chart, and he says, oh, you're here for frequent urination. How many times a day are you urinating? And I tried to think of a number that would warrant a doctor visit. So I said 11.
That's a lot of times a day, man.
And that was too many times to say. Doctor looks at me and says, you're peeing 11 times a day. Then you may have something wrong with your prostate. So, what we need to do, some of you are ahead of me.
We gotta stick a finger and examine the prostate. Not a very pleasant process.
And I didn't know what to say. Because I couldn't be like, no, that's okay. I was lying. It was a lie to get drugs.
He saved himself there from a prostate exam.
That's why I say that I'm at the age now where I have to go get regular checkups. And the first thing they do when you go to the doctor's office for a visit is they weigh you because they want your self-esteem to be as low as possible for the rest of the visit.
That's not true, but I get your point.
Are you sure about that?
They don't even do it privately. It's right there where everybody else is working. And then she has the chart and she's weighing me, and then we have to have an awkward interaction. Like, she weighs me and she looks at me and she's like, I guess some people want to live a certain way.
Well, sure enough, I wound up in the emergency room, and it was the scariest feeling of my whole life because the first thing they did to me was they stripped me of all my clothes, and not in a sexy way either. They take all my clothes and they replace them with this nasty green hospital gown, you know, the kind where they tie it in the back and your butt is showing, right? Little kids walking by. Damn. So I see my reflection in the mirror, and I realize at that moment, with all that green on, I look like damn Shrek. And it wasn't me who gave me the nickname either. It was the nurses. I could hear them too. Mira, Marta, look at that chubby boy. He looks like Shrek, huh? All he needs are the antennas and the donkey. That's it.
Shrek is such a good movie. Well, speaking of Shrek, if you watch too many Shrek movies, you can get ogre though. That's all we have for today. They are very interesting. It's definitely fun to watch. And if you would like to see more, comment down below, subscribe.